YTBC, LDBC, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy AC. I am back with another video, and we are officially on the road to Kovalev versus Ward, taking place November 19, 2016. Um, this right here probably be my prediction video. I'm not gonna speak too much more on it unless new developments occur. Um, First off, let me start off by saying that come November 19th, on that day, I will not be doing anything. Fight party. We already planning a fight party. This is big. This is this is the biggest fight of the year to me. Uh, there's a lot of implications on this fight. This fight is so important on so many levels. Um, the irresistible force against the immovable object, so to speak. Not only that, you know, even though Adonis Stevenson is the to me is the number one welterweight. I mean, not the welterweight, light heavyweight. You know what I mean? He beat the man who beat the man. So he is lineal. So he is number one on the food chain as far as 175-pound division. But we have to say that the winner between Ward and Kovalev would be the consensus number one pound for pound fighter in the sport, and will be the number one pound for pound fighter at 175 consensus wise. Even though Stevenson is the lineal champion, I've seen everything that I needed to see on both these fighters to make a. I think that's an accurate uh, prediction. So let's get into it. First off, on Ward on Andre Ward's side, you have his last fight against Bram. Now, for all those who don't know, Bram been fighting for 20 years, and he's fought in over 400 amateur fights. So he had roughly a late start when it comes to boxing professionally, and he came into this fight with only one loss. All right, so I kind of figured Ward wasn't going to stop him anyway. A lot of people was like Ward had to stop him. I don't know why, but it is what it is. I would, despite Brand being who he wasn't a bum, but I would have much rather him face Cleverly. But I understand. Nathan Cleverly backed out of the fight. He didn't want to fight. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. So I'm not gonna blame Ward for that because he wanted Cleverly. And so now you have Sullivan Barrera and you have Alexander Brand at the full weight limit of 175. I just want to see how if Ward power translates to 175 like it was at 168. The reason why I say that is because he's fighting bigger guys, and Ward was never really a knockout artist from Jump Street anyway. So it is what it is. But that's two training camps at the full weight limit, so he's adjusting fine. He knows what it takes to win. He has the skills to get it done. On Kovalev's end, Kovalev, has a good resume. He's an underrated boxer. He has the power advantage all the way. But like I said, he's underrated as a fighter. Now Chilemba has decent in-ring IQ. You know what I mean? He's not very slick. But he was what he was, and that was a tune-up for the Ward fight, and that's what Brand was supposed to have been for Ward. And everything that happened, pretty much we knew would happen. All right. So with that being the case, how does things stack up? Like I said, Ward has defense. He has more accurate punches. His in-ring IQ, his ring generalship. You know what I mean? Which is basically how we should score around. I think Ward has those things clearly over Kovalev. Even though I said now Kovalev is an underrated boxer, but I have yet to see him deal with somebody like Ward. If Chilemba was anything, was anything like, like we're going to see in the Ward fight, then I have to say that Kovalev is in trouble. Kovalev is in trouble. I have to say Kovalev is in trouble. And as a matter of fact, last night when Kovalev was asked about that, he didn't put up his best performance against, Chilemba. What did Kovalev say? When he was in the ring with Ward, he said straight up and then he said, "I'm going to fight him just like I did Chilemba." And when he said that, I was like, "Oh, that's not good. That's not good." Because Ward specializes in taking things away from you that that you're good at. And then you gotta look at the fact that Chilemba doesn't even have an inside game. He doesn't have an inside game. Ward does. That's big. That's big. So with that being the case, here's how I see the fight going. If Kovalev is not able to make no real adjustments from the Chilemba fight to the Ward fight, then it's a wrap. Then Ward is going to win this fight. Also, my initial premise before this fight got underway, I always call it the race to 7. I always call it the race to 7. I don't think Kovalev can beat Ward in a race to 7 rounds. 7 rounds get you what? A split decision. In the race to 7, Kovalev will not beat Ward in a split. In a race to 7 rounds. 7 rounds to 5. I don't think it can happen. Kovalev is not that smart. And he doesn't possess the in-ring IQ to get it done like that. So, with that being the case, and like I said, if Chilemba gave him problems, and Kovalev is telling us that he's going to fight Ward just like he fought Chilemba, and he's not able to make adjustments, Ward is going to win this round, is going to win this fight 8 rounds to 4. Unanimous decision. And Ward will be the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the sport. In all fairness, he is that. Now, there's not a better fighter with a better resume nor skill set than Ward. So, and on top of that, don't you find it funny, right? Okay, I got Ward winning, right? Unanimous decision, 8 rounds to 4. All right? But I find something funny, right? Ward signed a 3-fight deal with HBO, right? Sullivan Barrera, Alexander Brand, number 2. This fight right here with Kovalev is number 3. So that means that if Andre Ward doesn't re-sign with HBO, that means that there's nothing stopping a fight with Rock Nation and Al Heyman for, let's just say, a Ward, should he win, right? With Ward going against Stevenson. There's nothing stopping this fight. Nothing stopping that fight. Because Ward wouldn't be contractually obligated to fight on HBO anymore. Right? So, with that being the case, the implications are high. The winner is number 1 pound for pound. The winner will be, consensus number 1 at 175. And if Ward should win and he doesn't re-sign with HBO, that immediately sets up a unification fight, an undisputed unification fight with Stevenson with no barriers at all, coming from networks. It could be on Showtime pay-per-view. If HBO was willing to re-sign Ward and let Heyman come back on HBO, it could work like that. You know what I mean? And you're looking at Al Heyman, PBC, and Rock Nation, which should be easier to negotiate rather than Kovalev and Al Heyman, because look at what happened when Kathy Duval pulled out of the purse bid. But all of that, we'll talk about after the fight. That's my prediction. I got Ward 8-4, unanimous decision. Again, if this man Kovalev had problems against Chilemba, which we all see that he did, and this man does not make no adjustments from Chilemba to Ward, this fight is not. This fight ain't gonna be good for Cody. It's gonna be a long night for Sergey. It's gonna be a long night. All right. So with that being said, LDBC, I got people in the YTBC that I still get down with. Much love to y'all who I deal with in the YTBC. LDBC, what is good? It's your boy AC. To the next video. God bless. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.